how dare the Ukraine resist? Now everything will be decided on the battlefield. Destroy Russian government and economy. So everyone who could hold the weapon in Russia will be in that war. I don't want to fight. I don't want to kill people. And the most terrible thing is a nuclear war. We have this crazy president in our country, and this is a very scary thing. I hope that this would not happen. Why all this happen? Why this government is so stupid? Hi everybody, it's Alex Gray, and today we'll talk about news. Today we got a lot of interesting news, and let's begin. USA supplies weapon to Ukraine with a lot of big amount of weapon, equipment, war equipment, military vehicles, shells, a lot of different items, stuff for Ukrainian forces, for Ukrainian army. Several days ago, a Lend-Lease was signed for Ukraine from USA. Now they can supply weapons with no contracts, with no money. Ukraine will give the money back to USA after some time because Lend-Lease, it's a good possibility to resist Russian forces on the territory of Ukraine. But how dare the Ukraine resist? This is the thoughts of Russian government and Russian politics, different people that for war, for this Russian occupying the Ukraine. They tell, how dare Ukraine to resist? How dare USA helping Ukraine to resist Russian forces, Russian army? How dare they? This is so funny that Russia first attacked the Ukraine, and now they said, how dare Ukraine to resist? Oh, how dare you resist for German forces in 1941 to 1945? How dare you? You in that time, by your thoughts now, you must just surrender in the World War II. This is the same time for Ukraine. Now they resist to Russian forces as the USSR was resisting the Nazi forces, the German forces. So this is so ridiculous to hear from Russian government and politics and media that how dare they supply the weapons. Of course, if you did not attack the Ukraine, did not occupy, did not kill Ukrainian people, they would not resist, they would not supply the weapons. So you did the first step. Now everything will be decided on the battlefield. And we will see who will win, and after that, only after that, there will be some negotiations between the governments of Russia and Ukraine. But now they just refuse to negotiate at all, because it's no results in negotiation, because we're not stopping. The fights are just going as it was before, so there's no reason for negotiation. After a time where we will see one country that is stronger than another one, only after that there will be negotiation, and the stronger country will have more benefits in these negotiations. And I don't know what will be in these negotiations, but as we see now, Ukraine are resisting very good. They will need a time because now Russian forces are on the big territory of Ukraine. They occupied some territory. Now Ukraine have to attack. Before they was just defending, but now they have to attack to get those territories back, because Russia get a lot of territories now. So we will see how that weapon from USA would help in that. We know that even USA did not believe that Ukraine can resist to Russian forces, so they they waited for a long time, almost 1 month or more. They waited and watched how the fights are on the battle, which country is the strongest on the battlefield, and how Ukrainian forces resist. If Russia destroyed all the forces and occupied the Ukraine in several days or in several weeks, we would have seen how USA accept this, that Russia occupied and get these territories, put the government that they need. We would have seen how USA accept this. But now, after 2 months of resisting, and we see that Ukrainian are pretty strong, now USA see that they can supply, give weapons, and this is how they could beat the Russia and Russian forces and destroy Russian government and economy. Now the USA choose the right side, but first they did not believe that Ukraine can resist Russia. This is why USA did not supply weapons to Ukraine from the beginning. This is why we see it now. So this is one of the reasons why Ukrainian could resist, could beat Russia, and could win this war and get those territories back. Even Crimea, not even those parts of territories that we will see like occupied, like Lugansk, Donetsk, Kherson. We would see how these territories slowly will get to the Ukrainian. But right now we got the war period in Russia, and after that period we could see the general mobilization in Russia. There's some information from USA media and USA Special Forces, CIA, that maybe after 9th of the May, we will see the general mobilization in Russia. So everyone who could hold the weapon in Russia will be in that war and will come to Ukraine to fight. But right now it's just a possibility of general mobilization. And a big fear for normal people that don't want to fight, don't know how to hold a weapon. A lot of wives that will lose their husbands. No, I don't want this general mobilization, because even I could go to this war, but this is not my decision. So I don't want general mobilization, because I don't want to fight. Even if I would be sent to Ukraine to fight, I would just surrender. I would just flee, from the forces and surrender to Ukraine. I don't want to fight. I don't want to kill people. This is all the crimes. This is war crimes and just regular crimes. I don't want to be the part of that. So I do not support that. I don't support. How could I fight? No, I don't want that. And my wife, she doesn't want that. She doesn't want to lose her husband. So I'm afraid of that. But I don't think that this is very possible because they have to declare war before the general mobilization. You could not just announce the general mobilization. No, first you should declare war to the other country, and there must be a reason for this mobilization. So I don't think that this will be possible, because now they just talk that this is not a war, this is special operation. So they have to change that opinion. I don't think that this is real, but everything is possible right now in our world, because we all thought that there will be no war, that this is not possible, that it's just showing the muscles of politics, just talks, but after 24th of the February, everything changed, and now everything is possible. And the most terrible thing is a nuclear war. We know that Russia has a lot of nuclear weapon, about 4,000 rockets with nuclear charge, but also USA has almost 4,000 rockets. So and we know that we have this crazy president in our country, and he could just give the order to send these rockets on the forces, enemy forces, on Ukraine, on another forces. But this is a really serious decision, because other countries that also have nuclear weapons could just fire at the response to the Russia. And after that, of course, Russia have to send all the rockets that they have to this country. So this will be the end, and a lot of people would die. And I don't want that. No one wanted that. But with that crazy president, everything could happen. And this is a very scary thing. I don't want that. I don't think that anyone would wanted that. But if he started, there will be no other decision. And this will be the global end and the global crisis, and millions, even billions of people could die. Oh, this is the most scary thing, even scary than mobilization of Russian people. This is the most scary thing. But if Russia would lose this war, this might be very possible, because when the forces of Ukraine will be on the territory of Russia, Russia will still have these nuclear weapons, and they could just fire to these forces. This will be terrible. I hope that this would not happen, but who knows? Who knows? School children are being persuaded to support war. We see that, like, children from 7-8 years old explained about the war in kindergarten or in school, and then asked the questions of why it's all happened, and if the child responds wrong, and the answers are wrong from this government opinion, and from this when teachers are explaining to the children, they force the child to change the opinion, and until he would say the same thing like teacher said, like support the war, that this is for good, this is we killing the Nazi, okay, this is ridiculous, but this is what children are fed by teachers now in schools. This is terrible. This is terrible. Children are so weak. They are so easy to convince the opinion. They don't have their own opinion, and this is very easy to change their mind just by talking, by explaining some things. And what children would grow from that, with that opinions, with that thoughts. Oh, why all this happened? Why this government is so stupid? We should carry the new generation to be peaceful people, not supporting the war. These parents should change the minds, the thoughts of these children from supporting the war to against the war. Children don't have experience, they don't have critical thinking, and they could not think about that. What is wrong? What is good? They just get these thoughts that teachers explain to them, and after a while they would think that this is their thoughts. It's easy to convince children. Like, if you don't want children to go somewhere, small children, a child from the school or kindergarten, you just talk to just tell that child that there is a boogeyman behind that door. Don't walk there. It will eat you. It will kill you. And the child believe that. He doesn't have any experience. He doesn't have critical thinking, and he believed in everything. This is wild. This is mean to use these methods to convince child. I don't have words for that, but this is wild. This is wild. And it's also impossible to understand how much people in Russia support war and how much people don't support, how much are against. Because if you gather your friends around yourself and talk to them, if your friends are the same thoughts with you, you think that everyone around you are against the war. But if you go to the streets and ask people, you could not get real opinion of that people, because they are afraid now because of the Russian laws about that you cannot talk about that you are against the war. If you talk, you could go to the jail for 15 days or even more. They could open the case about yourself that you are faking the news, faking the information about all this special operation, and you could go to the jail pretty easily. And of course, with that laws, people would be scared to tell the truth that they think, and who are supporting the war, they would talk about that because there is no any punishment for that. So all these opinions on the streets, all this that we see on the TV, on internet, that they're asking people on the streets, this is not the right thing, and this statistics is not accurate. Only after dismissing all these laws, and if people would not afraid to talk, only that opinion could be correct. But it's impossible to calculate how many are against or for the war. It's hard to imagine what arguments for killing people, looting, raping little girls, seizing someone else's territory could be good or could be right. So this is all for today. Hit the like, subscribe for more, donate to the development of the channel, and goodbye.